Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about two DNS, which are Cloudflare Access and Tailscale. So this is going to be a video that actually tells you about both of them to give you understanding of their features and the services that they provide. In that case, you can actually decide in the end which one is the best to use for you. As you can see, currently I'm on a page where I actually talk about Cloudflare Access, Tailscale, and Pomerium. We're going to ignore that part for now. We're only going to be focusing on Cloudflare Access versus Tailscale. So let's get into it. So this is a comparison done here right here. There are the key takeaways, and if you talk about the pricing, so Cloudflare actually has a basic, which is actually free, and if you talk about standard, it's actually $7 per month per user, and the enterprise is custom. Moreover, for Tailscale, they have a personal, which is actually for free. If you go for starter, it has $6 per month per user, and the premium is $18 per month per user, and the enterprise is a custom. Now, if you talk about the architecture, so this has cloud-based VPN alternative, and Tailscale has a mesh VPN service. Security, Cloudflare has MITMs, your data by inspecting all traffic, extreme security risk if ever compromised, whereas Tailscale it has a strong encryption and simple authentication. User to service north-south, so Cloudflare has through reverse proxy, whereas Tailscale has through mesh overlays. End-to-end encryption, Cloudflare has no encryption, whereas Tailscale, yes, it does have. And if you talk about the client, so actually for Cloudflare, they're agent-based. It requires software client on all endpoint devices, whereas for server-based, it provides clientless access with limitations. For Tailscale, client is required for all machines, devices, and protocols. If you talk about the context awareness, so basically Cloudflare, it has limited, and Tailscale, it has none. Open source, no for Cloudflare, yes for Tailscale. Role-based access controls, they both have them. Speed, so it's going to be slow, like all traffic must pass through Cloudflare's network. Whereas for Tailscale, it has low latency. It connects devices directly peer-to-peer in a mesh network. Moreover, it integrates with multiple identity providers. Yes, Cloudflare, it does integrate with these right here. Whereas for Tailscale, yes, it does integrate and it does provide this. Moreover, if we do go into a further detailed analysis, so as I mentioned before for the pricing, I discussed the pricing above. If you talk about the architecture, so Cloudflare Access is a cloud-based zero-trust solution that acts as a VPN alternative. It routes traffic through Cloudflare's global network, allowing for centralized security and inspection. This architecture introduces latency since all traffic passes through Cloudflare's infrastructure, but it also benefits from Cloudflare's built-in DDoS protection and performance optimizations. Whereas Tailscale, it uses a mesh VPN architecture based on WireGuard. Devices connect directly to each other in a peer-to-peer manner without routing traffic through centralized servers, reducing latency. Its mesh design simplifies network management but can lead to limitations in large-scale, complex environments requiring more advanced controls. Moreover, if you talk about the security, so Cloudflare expects all traffic passing through its network, which can introduce a potential privacy risk if the network is compromised. While traffic is secured, a middleman nature increases the attack surface. Whereas Tailscale, it uses strong encryption via WireGuard for secure device-to-device communication and focusing on simplicity but lacking continuous verification of actions. And if you talk about the user to service, so Cloudflare manages user to service traffic via a reverse proxy through Cloudflare's network infrastructure, whereas Tailscale, it handles user to service traffic through mesh networking, ensuring direct connections, uses mesh networking for direct peer-to-peer connection between services. And the end-to-end encryption, so Cloudflare does not provide full end-to-end encryption as it inspects all traffic, whereas Tailscale, it does provide encryption via WireGuard, ensuring data protection. Moreover, the client requirements. I did talk about the client requirements above. Basically, it distinguishes its DTNA approach into two types, agent-based and service-based, which I discussed above. And for Tailscale, it requires users to install a client on the device to access the tailnet. For application or servers, you can either install the Tailscale client on each one or set up a subnet router, which makes the private network accessible through tailnet without needing to install the client on every individual server. So basically, this is like a detailed comparison that I gave you above. I only discussed like major points about it, but this whole is basically just a major comparison done so you have a better understanding. And in the end, it all depends on you, which one you think is the best. If you think Cloudflare Access is providing you good services, you can go for that. But if Tailscale, you think it's much better, you can go for that option. And that's pretty much it. I hope this video was helpful. Thank you guys for watching.